it won't allow them to do it. I have to take the amplifier and really slow.
Appreciate you sitting down and unwinding with me, no doubt about it. Be blessed. We'll do it another way. Your ground shaker, shaker, your ground shaker. Los Angeles, we're gonna little catch hold. I see you.
Breaker, yo, South Jersey, check it in. Danny in the shop where the real wars begin. 4x4s, 2290s, 2879's, all HGs hitting hard, melting mud ducks line. Danny the man with that Dave May flair. Old school vibe, 90 smoke in the air. Forget that weak 6 pill, high Q noise. This that Jersey built heat for the real cowboy.
Well, for some reason my Prism didn't want to work properly for YouTube at the same time as Facebook, so I went ahead and since I posted on Facebook that I was going live with this is where I'm going to be today. I'll have to try to figure out how to get the video over to YouTube after the video is over. Kind of sucks. Alright guys, here we go. It's Thursday. I have a 6 transistor amp here. It's one of those things where guys like them, and I always try to give it a warning. That kind of goes with any amplifier though. If you actually take in use the wrong coax, you'll have a higher input reflection standing wave, and you may or may not notice it depending on if you are monitoring that. Now, I caught myself on this one, and I'm just going to say, if you guys go back inside to the last 6 transistor I did, you can see it on my YouTube, you're going to see the inputs were like, I don't know, 3.5, and these are much lower. It kind of slipped past me because I wasn't thinking about coax phase angle. I did, oh, well, an 8 normally runs a half wavelength. I took and I put a half wavelength on this box, and it's not, because the same network is considered primarily like a 12 transistor amplifier network. So so it's going to be 6. So it goes, you know, the phase angle typically runs half a wavelength from the radio to the driver, from the driver from a 2 pill to a 2, or 1 to a 2, and 2 all the way up to an 8, or 3 to an 8. A lot of times those coax phase angles are going to be 12, 12, and 12, or a half wavelength across the board. And sometimes they do change depending on your system and your antenna system as well. But you guys have to test that for your own selves. Now, when I realized I did wrong, I went back and I watched my own video, and I was like, ah, doggone, I sure did. I am guilty. I got that 12-footer in there, or I have that half a wavelength in there. And as soon as I put that 6 in there, she calmed right down and where it's supposed to be. So as far as the output power, did it affect it? Nah, maybe if you sat there and watched the video frame by frame, you might be able to see a little difference here or there. But at the end, it's that input reflect meter really tells the truth on everything that's going on inside these amplifiers. It's all about ground, and it's all about inputs and how low you can get them and how matched your network is, because whatever happens on your antenna side, keep in mind, it translates right back to your input side to your amplifier. So if you kind of got a hogwash antenna system, and I don't know on my jumper lengths and who made them or how they're made of even, you're doing a crapshoot. So if you're going to invest in an amplifier thinking you want to run one of your new guy coming back from the 70s, and you're an old guy coming back in, and I get a lot of those guys, they're like, well, it sure has changed. And I said, it sure has. Drastically. It's changed. And now, if you don't pay attention, you're going to be making change on the corner trying to get your stuff fixed, because it's not exactly cheap. Even though we're making do with the parts that we have, and we're doing the best we can, and trying to give out and offer out, you know, units that are respectable in prices. But if you want to go hog wild, you sure can. We can do that. This is just a standard unit. So this is, again, an HG-2879. I call it standard transistor. I named them that a long time ago because to me they're kind of like a 2290. So if you look at them as, it's a 100-watt transistor, and it's a 100-watt transistor. Now you can look at it in 2, 3, 4 different forms. Is that peak? Is it analog? Is it dozy? Is it whatever, man? It's 100 watts. All right, just call it for what it is. So at the end of all that, we're going to take and we're going to run the Texas Star, and I'm going to probably try to mock up a little bit in the striker areas, the Connex dual final radios. Now this is a straight 6 transistor unit. There's no internal driver, so the phase angle on this is a half wavelength from the radio down to the little Texas Star, the driver, the 2 transistor unit, and then I'm running a quarter wavelength out of that, which would be in layman's terms a 6-footer of 213. So, and then off to the antenna, whatever requirements there, 12 or half wavelength. So this unit does have auto sideband in them. All the straight boxes that I produce here in the South Jersey line all have auto sideband if it's a straight amplifier. If it has an internal driver, it does not have sideband. It has no business being on sideband if it has an internal driver. Keep that in mind. So if you are one of those guys that want to go out like Jim 66, man, he's been ripping heads off in DX, and I got to give that man some props, because I mean, he's doing video gates, he's sidebanding away on a class quote-unquote C amplifier, and he sounds good. So with that said, they all have auto sideband in all of the straight units. So if it does have a driver in there, count on it. It don't have sideband delay whatsoever in there. It's not a wise choice to put them on sideband with an internal driver. So let's go to get that stick, and we'll take and go through a look through real quick. First, you can say hi to Molly. Where'd she go? She gone. She disappeared. All right, so we'll have a quick look through real quick. Just a straight 6 here, standard 2879's, pretty basic circuit. Cleaned it all up, 1.25 inch up with transformers, big tubes. I still like my tubes. The brass, yeah, they take room. I could put a fixed capacitor in there, but listen, I like the brass. I know where I can get it tuned in and get it where I like it, and that's all that matters. It does have a remote jack in the back end, 5/16 stud, and then 2 6-gauge power cables coming out. And yes, they are black, so that is positive on this one. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy, huh? Just kind of a theme kind of thing. No big deal. So you obviously know this is your ground bolt. This is your power wires. So there you go. All right, let's take and let's light some things up. Let's light some things up. Molly laying out. Here, I'll give you a song, Molly. I'll put the song up there for you. Alright, Mike Smith pulled another one out of his hat. This one's about Mozilla. I'll set this stuff up real quick.
1, 2, 3, South Jersey in the mix. Danny built that fire from the ground, no tricks. Molly the border collie still watching the bench. We call it Mozilla, crushing ducks off the trench. That's that 2879, see heat in the ride. Hand built muscle, all watch, no hide. Danny 1, 2, 3 from the Jersey block. Turn that key up, watch the meters rock. Molly by the door, black, white flash. When that relay pop, you hear the splash. Power so clean, she wagging her tail. Mozilla hit hard, no weak signal fail. You got that 24 party platter, Mozilla in the Escalade.
Alright, here we go. So, a little Molly song there. That works. Alright, here we go. So, got that lined up, and let's take a look at the slugs. So, we are in input reflection, I'm going to show a 25 watt slug and an input drive level of 250 watt slug. Amp meter here, we are going to be rolling on 14 point what? Yeah, not volts, 14.8 on that supply over here, and the driver will be riding as well with it. So let's take in, turn it on, and we'll go over the rest of the slugs. All right, here we go. We're gonna look at the slugs. Slug. All right, so 2,500 watt digital, 5,000 digital if we even go there, 1,000 watt analog, and a 5,000 a peaker and a tweaker analog. All right, so this is a 6 transistor unit. We're gonna hit it kind of soft. We're gonna try to mock up, I don't know what you want to call it, like some sort of a 50 watt radio. We'll just call it that. I do have a different radio in line, and it was like something I needed to do because I have to get a radio service. So I am running R&R that I was running in my truck. Nice radio, man. Guys, Dustin does a knockout job on it. But this was in my truck. It's on my bench for now. So realistically, I got a couple Dustin radios up here, and just kind of give them a thumbs up, man. They're working beautifully. So that said, let's take a look at some input power. Move my radio around a bit. All right, we'll get a carrier. All right, got a little carrier here. Audio. All right, I wanted about 50 watts. Here we go. Audio. What too much still. I need to back this one down. Turned down the wrong one, Sparky. Yeah, there we go. Audio 1 2 1 2. A little bit touch audio. There it is. 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, real good. Radio's dropping about 50 watts into the 6. And let's take a look at the inputs. Here we go. 25 watt slug. I know it's messed me up. My glasses. Can't do these right now. Here we go. Audio 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Audio 1 2. So hanging out a little over a watt. Here's a 1,000 watt slug, and we are at this voltage and amperage with both of them. Audio, about 85 amps. That's both units here. It's just a 6. Audio, about 80, 82. All right, here we go. 1,000 watt slug. Center scale, each line is 20. Remember, right about 50 watts RMS. Audio 1 2, audio 1 2. Audio, I know there ain't no dead key. Audio 1 2. So let's give it a little dead key for those guys their hairs won't stand on the back of their neck. Oh my, that's too much. Back it down. Let's back it down a little bit. So about half of what you can swing in RMS mode is where you should probably run your dead key. So audio 1 2, audio 1 2 3 4. So we're hanging around 580, 600 watts with, heck, a crushing 50 watts of drive. That's not bad. Let's see what the 5 kilowatt peaker tweaker in a peaker 5 kilowatt wide audio 1 2 audio. So that's around 1,400 watts peak to tweak. Let's see the digital here. This 2,500 audio 6650. Let's look at the peak. Peaker tweaker digital audio 1 2 3 4 peaker tweaker. All right, so cool. You can take and go out there for quite a bit of time and be able to take and really transmit with 50 watts of drive in this 6, and realistically, you're running it right. Now, I got more drive. I can turn it up. Yeah. But keep in mind, I'm going to show you a good baseline here, where we're at, on a good oh-hoo-ha, wah-wah, or whatever you want to hear. All right, so let's look at the kilowatt slug. Bottom scale, each line's 20. And we're just going to talk audio. All right, so we're at 640 there. Let's look at the peak. Peak 1550. Now, if I just turn that up and say, oh man, I got 125 watts of drive, I can do this. I can do all that. But is that little bit going to be worth all of it? All right, let's start right here. Oh, input. So that just went up. And why? It doubled. We doubled the drive. What happened to my amperage? Amperage, audio. Eating like a fish. All right. Let's look at the drive. Audio. 110 watts, 105 watts of drive. And here's the 1,000 watt slug. Audio. Is it really going to make that much difference between that little extra 140, 160 watts of drive. No, it'll take it until it don't. But if you want to take and make stuff last, you're a little conservative on the drive. If I say, hey man, yeah, you can whack 100 watts into this thing. Cool, you could. The same guys do that to what? An 8 pill. They'll take a 2 pill and they'll say, man, I got this 2 pill. I want a 6. A little bit of drive. 80 watts. Well, what about an 8? What do you drive it with? About 80 to 100 watts. You can go more, and you're going to see more. You're going to have a lot less talk time. But the difference between the two amplifiers is major. You have a high Q amplifier. That's what this is. 2 pill, 2 pill, 2 pill. It's a high Q. Cool. Nitromethane ripping monster, and it will rip until one day it's going to catch a snag, and then you're going to lose a pill, and then, lost 3. Dang, those they've high Q boxes. It's built in 4 pill stages. Got 4 pill. You lose a pill, man, box shuts down. Says half power, I'm out. Heat again. Now you're just causing damage. And by changing resistors does not fix the problem. It's just going to recreate the smoke and cause more damage to the neighbors that are actually still working. Because when you lose a resistor, promise you, you done lost a transistor. If you lose a resistor, I'll say it again nice and slow, either at the base or at the combiner, guarantee it, you lost a transistor. So by changing out the resistors does not fix the transistor, which is that. Alright? You just can't put any old one in there and think it's going to work. They don't work either. So if you guys are taking and doing garage tech, cool. Try to follow some rules. Rush us on some videos. The interweb is covered. It is slaughtered with videos, good or bad. I'm not saying either way. Some of the ones I watch are pretty doggone good. Try to stay away from the bad ones. Put bad ideas in your head. You like want to cut your wrist. But where's Molly? Shit. He ain't gonna believe this. Where's this? Where's she? Hey. What you doing? You know we're live right now. What's up? You weren't over here helping. You gonna help? Are you just gonna wave bye-bye and go back and drift off to sleep? Huh? Yeah. She's playing with them babies today. You out? Okay. You wanna do it, Molly? You good? She ain't hatting it. She ain't doing it. So, at the end of the end, let's run some more tests. I just wanted to really jump down that rabbit hole with you guys. It's just, there's one more I can go into. All right, now why is it 6 on this? Why is it 6? Why do I have to have 6? Comes from my driver to here. Why? Because I said it was like a 12 pill. I could take 6 and put 6 more pills right here. Build it in 4 pill stages, and the same network would work. I could add 6, use the same network. Think about that. All right, there you go. Gotcha. All right, here we go. Tweaker tweakers. Tweaker tweaker audio, tweaker tweaker audio. So I get 1700 watts, and when I had it back down to around 1550, I was around 50 watts of drive. So let's see, we're here again. Audio, 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 audio. Not quite. All right, here we go. Audio, 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 audio. So that's fair enough. Audio, 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 audio. All right, so there's half the drive. What I was just doing. Audio, 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 audio. I was just doing 105. All right, so we're right in that half, right? Well, here's your peak. Did it decrease or grow? Or stay the same? What'd it do? Audio, 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 audio. It decreased 200 watts. But is that increase really worth? Audio, 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 audio. Does it have any value to it? If I increase that, well, let's just go up a little bit more. Audio, 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 audio. All right, so let's bring it to about 70 watts. Audio, 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 audio. All right, there's 70. Now, at 70 watts, is that a value increase? 1, 2, audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 100 watts. So about 10 gave you 100. So seeing the pattern here, guys? All right, cool. All right, here we go. Audio 1000 watts lug, audio 1000 watts lug, audio 1, 2. So that's not a lot of drive. Inputs are happy. Audio amperage is pretty cool. Audio. You can run that. Audio. Wouldn't take much to run it. So, Eco box, nah. Good box. It's just for what you want to use it for. So if you get a 6, don't run it like you think it's a 12. Don't even consider it's an 8 because it's already up there with the 8. They get up and they start dancing pretty quick. You got any heat on this? Very little. Alright, well here. So I'm not going banging the high side of it. It ain't worth it. I ain't putting 25 watts of pill into this stuff. That's foolish. Alright, so here you go. Let's look at RMS. Yo, audio. Like at 800 to me. Audio. Let's see the inputs. Audio. Now they crawled up there right quite a bit. Why did they crawl up there so high? Because I ran out of voltage, man. I had to drive. What was that drive? 105? Oh, look. Audio. Oh shit, 110, okay. What's this one? Check this. Check the data on this. Shit. 110, yeah? Alright. There you go. It's 18.33. I topped off, man. She's capped. She's full. She's like, please no more. Alright. If I turn on another power supply, make more. Alright, hold on. You do that for a second. Let's see. I think it'll work. I changed stuff on my bench, so I only have to hook up one cable now. Chase it. Oh, that's the wrong cable. Chasing cables. There we go. See what happens with this one. Don't know, I ain't did this yet. Finding out. Something new. Get in. Let's just go right into it. See, we're there. Audio. 900. Picked up a volt. Audio. Yep. Audio. That's getting it. All right, here you go. Audio. Yeah, it increased. Why did it increase to 1800? Because I finally had enough voltage to allow it to go. It didn't break. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and run 100 watts of drive and only have it at 15.8 or whatever. Don't do it. Be smart about it. But that was a good solid hit. That said, this is how I leave my stuff. All right, there you go. So the 6 pill is done. It's complete. I think it runs really nice. Really seen it just get up and scatter, and it didn't scatter the guts. It's always good. Nice and cool. Got cookie skins. It didn't key it enough to get hot. I don't know why I pulled this out. 92 degrees. Didn't really key it enough to even get hot. So, that said, wish Molly would come over here and see me. Huh? I sure was hoping Molly would come over and see me. Come here, Molly. Come here. You gonna come on over here for a minute? I know you were crazy chasing kids. Come here. Chasing the hoodlums. Come here. Come on. Hi. You gonna sit? You gonna sit? Say hi. You gonna wave? Molly. You gonna wave to everybody? Say what's going on? How are you? Yes, you're waving. How are you doing? How's things? Huh? Been resting? Yes. Yeah, I can see. You got yuckies in your eyes. You've been sleeping upside down. Yes, you're a good girl, huh? Yes, you are. You a good girl? All right. Give me a shake when you can go. Give me a shake. Good girl. All right, you done? You gonna say goodbye? Say bye-bye. Come back again. Halloween. You like Halloween? Where you going as? A cow? You gonna go as a cow for Halloween? A goat? You ain't a goat. You could be the goat. You had a goat thing on your neck. Are you a goat? Well, What you looking at me like that for? I said, bah. You like goats? You ever see a goat? Yes? What did they say? What does goat say? Molly, what does a goat say? Meh. Kitty, kitty, kitty. All right, we'll let you go. All right, guys, well, there you have it. A little visit with Molly. Nice little box. Like I said, it does have auto sideband in there, and it's Class C. So if you're a guy that says, "Oh my gosh," and your skin just cringes, and you say, "Oh, you just got delay on that box. It's a splatter box." Come on, man. How good your radio's tuned up. The amplifier sure is. All right, guys, sliding out here. Thank you for watching. I tell you, go watch it on my YouTube, but dang it, man, it didn't work out this time. I gotta go figure out the subscription thing I got going on with Frizzle. All right, I'm out. Take care. God bless. Rolling.